city, different stories. Some are told and some are hidden. Some are fabricated and some are used to make us stronger. But no matter what, our story needs to be told. This is Inside Out.
What's your take on the term lighty?
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Lighty in the black society is a black person with a relatively lighter shade of skin colour. That's what I would define as a lighty.
Someone that's mixed race. Some people are quite uneducated nowadays. They'll call a light skin, someone that's light skinned black a lighty. As long as you're light skinned, you can be full black and still be a lighty. So most people see it as being mixed race, but some people, as long as you're light skinned, your skin colour is light, you're a lighty.
A lighty is me, of course. Like, you get black girls, you get white girls, then you get the middle in it, and clearly me. So, yeah, like.
When you hear light from anybody's mouth, you automatically feel like the person's pain. Without seeing the person, you just probably feel like because she has probably nice hair, nice eyes, or you know, the word lighty with it just makes the person pain without even seeing the person.
That's just like what people say to gas up light-skinned people. Like, oh yeah, that's a lighty. Like.
My friends, they're light-skinned too, a few of them, and they seem to love the word. They absolutely love it, and I personally hate it because it just goes to show that like it supports what I was saying before. We'll segregate ourselves from one another, whether we try and do it in a positive light or not.
Have you ever heard the term Brownin?
I can't define the exact. I can't give you the exact definition of a Browning, but I'd say it's someone who is probably in the middle between a lighty and someone who is like considered as dark in society.
Person say is I think that's not black, but it's not light skin in it, so in between.
You know, Browning has like that word, when you just say it, it has like a nice sort of element to it. But how when you say darkie, it can go two ways. Like seriously, it can actually go, it's true though, it can go two ways. Unless you say that person's a nice darkie or whatever it is, or the way that they're saying it, that she's a darkie still, like, you could probably feel if it's a good or bad thing.
What is a darkie?
When you're darker than chocolate. So when you're leaning towards darker shades of black.
Darkie is someone who is relatively darker than most black people. That's how I define it.
Darkie is like this blacker than black in it, like, get me? It's dark blood. There's no, you know what darkie is, you get me?
You know how we had banter in secondary school and that, like that was always how they would catch me out. Oh, you're dark, you're blick, you know, and that really like hurt me. But I would say it's a blessing because it gave me the opportunity to learn about who I am and learn about like the power of being dark skinned.
I don't know why people find the word darkie funny. Yeah. I think there are some individuals in society who need to grow up, to be honest. If that's what I think it is. When we were younger, it was, I don't know why it was considered funny to be of a darker shade. But I feel like right now, at the sort of ages that we are, things like that shouldn't really be in play. Even though people are still referring to people as darky and finding it funny, I personally feel like things like that should have been dropped out after secondary school.
Where I personally feel like this was like this rooted from, so you know back in the days of like primary school and stuff where, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I weren't looking at it.
Nobody was.
Obviously. And you know, I feel like for black people, most people back in the day in primary school, but then I feel like with lighties, they naturally all had that, all of them good assets, the nice hair, the nice eyes, and automatically, like, they were appealing to a lot of people. So then the darkies and the brownies were just getting discriminated and pushed to the side as ugly. But now, as people are starting to evolve, like, you know, look a bit nice, do their makeup and hair, like, you know, people are starting to feel darkies and brownies.
A lot of people say that black girls wear, they don't like black girls because they wear light makeup.
Personally, I think black girls wear makeup to look loud because there is so many black girls out there that I know that is darker than what they are when they've got no makeup on. Like I've seen people without, black girls without makeup, then put makeup on and they look so much lighter than what they did before. Whereas light-skinned girls, when they put makeup on to look darker. So I'm like, so makeup, I just think makeup is completely and utterly fake.
It makes me look a bit different. When I put my eyelashes, paint on my eyebrows, it makes me look different.
Okay, it makes you look different. So then after
When I
you
put
look different,
lipstick,
so what do you do? You
lights
take it
up
off,
my
what do you say?
lipstick.
Oh, look at me now. What do you do? That really after.
Answer that question.
Answer the question then. Why do you want to put that on to make you look different?
But that's the thing though, you could say that about any race, because white girls, they use like really dark bronzers and really dark foundations to make themselves lighter, darker. So in terms of makeup, the makeup world, they're coming out with different trends every week, every month. Something new is always happening. So even if it's not like black girls just woke up one day and decided we want to do our makeup lighter, if that's the trend and you're contouring or you're highlighting and you're getting excited and you go a bit too lighter, that's an individual person. I don't really believe in generalizing all black girls and saying that's what we do. No, we're just, some of us are jumping on the bandwagon and taking it a bit too far. So I'll just tell them to really don't generalize really.
For me as a male, when I look at a black woman, I'm seeing straight hair, boom, weave, nail, an influx or a big dosage of makeup, you know, foundation or professionalism, whatever you want to call it, because it's over the board. You know, it's too much. You get me? It's like you're over the boundary. I mean, your skin shade, I mean, say that you're a bit dark and then you put that foundation, you look a bit light brown. So it doesn't work out. So when I'm looking, I'm seeing a plastic woman. I'm seeing a Barbie doll. I'm not seeing that beauty or that melanin that shines. What I'm looking for as a male. See, I want to see an afro.
I've seen it. I know that white people wear weave as well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying
When a black girl does it, what do you mean she's fake?
well, white girls are fake as well. White girls tan their skin. We know this. But I'm not trying to move to white girls. I don't have any business with white girls. Do you get it? So
You don't draw girls in an afro though.
I do draw girls in the afro though.
But if I put weave,
what's your
it's
point?
because I want to. It's not because I feel like,
Well, you shouldn't have to justify
that's what I'm
yourself.
saying. But I'm just saying, I wear weave because I want to.
You don't have to tell me, you know.
Not because I feel like I'm ugly. I feel like I'm
No, I wear weave because it grows.
Deep down, it's self-doubt.
How?
Deep down, it's self-doubt because we have a difference between girls, women, and ladies. There is a difference in terms of mentality and how you carry yourself.
So ladies don't wear makeup, they don't wear weave.
It depends what the men will classify as a lady to him. To me, what I classify as a lady is someone that now loves herself.
But I
You know,
feel like
someone that
I love
there's
myself.
people that I would say that I'm relatively confident.
you see, we're under an illusion. You may say you love yourself, but your actions say otherwise. And there is a saying, actions speak louder than words. If I love myself, I will be natural because that's my natural self. It doesn't mean you can't wear makeup, but we're just saying an exaggerated form of makeup. And not only that, be also mindful what's in the makeup. This leads to is inferiority complex. That's what they actually classify this. We feel inferior to other races, and that's why we feel the need that we have to look up to a certain standard, which is the European benchmark, or what you call the paperback theory, what you call, you know, whatever you want to call it.
Why do some black boys to justify the reason as to why they don't like a black girl, they tend to be like, oh, black girls are rude. They try and add like all the negative qualities why they don't like black women, you know what I'm saying? They'll be like, she's fake, she wears weave, etc. She's rude, she's loud.
Those are individuals. And those are the reasons why those individuals don't go for black girls. At the end of the day, everybody in this world is entitled to an opinion and a choice. And if they choose that they don't want to go with a black girl because of those specific reasons, then that's their reasons. Do you understand? It's not every black guy that comes with, sorry, I have to look at the camera. It's not every black guy that comes with those reasons as to why they don't like black girls. I could say I don't like white girls, and I'll give a whole list of reasons why I don't like white girls. It doesn't mean I'm degrading them. It's just my reasons for not liking them, innit? That's what it is. Everyone has a preference, and everyone has a reason why they don't like certain things, and that's it.
Have you ever been discriminated because of your skin tone?
So I listen to a lot of music, so I listen to like Lauryn Hill, Etta James, Egyptian, and I'm always told like, why are you listening to black people music? So then I kind of felt that is a little bit of discrimination there, and it probably grinds on me.
So if we were in a room, if I was in a room full of maybe white people and something went missing, I'd personally feel straight away that all eyes would be on me, simply because I'm the black person in the room. I don't feel like that anymore because I know myself that I'm not a thief. Why would I need to feel uncomfortable knowing that I'm the only black person in the room? If they came to me, I'd be able to defend myself. So I don't really feel a disadvantage anymore because of my skin color. But I definitely used to. I definitely had some sort of weird complex where I'd feel like maybe people with the lighter skin or white people might not be able to relate to me properly, or might think a certain type of way of me based on my skin color.
I really lived in a predominantly white area. I was the only black child in the whole school. Having little kids like look at me like I was different, or having always feeling like I was by myself. We had a group of young lads, like white lads, knock on our door one day with baseball bats, and it was quite threatening. There were slurs saying like racial slurs and stuff like that. And my mum was 8 months pregnant at the time, so that was quite full on. But I didn't really understand why they were doing that at the time, because obviously I was a child. Now I know it was racial discrimination.
I was going out with a black girl who was in the media, and all of her friends and everyone, even the media, portrayed me as this white boy who, this black girl's doing so well, she's so this, that and that, why is she with some white boy? And I was always looked at that, and it never come down to the fact that she was a lot older than me. That never come down to it. It always come down to the skin colour. I feel more type of way against people labelling and being discriminated against other colour people, because I feel like white people, I feel like we have it easy. I honestly feel like that. I feel like black people or Asian people, they have it hard. So me being called the white boy is nothing on what someone else could say about a black person. I feel like that comes down to the history of it all, because black people, slavery, white people, what has that? I don't know no racial matters, or people have been killed for being white. Honestly don't know.
Around dark-skinned people and dark-skinnedness, I feel like people have to sort of balance the scale by coming out with a lot of black love and showing that, you know, we love black, we love melanin, and we really want to uplift the whole black is beautiful agenda.
Definitely, I'm happy being dark-skinned, you know, like knowledge I've come across, and I've actually grown to love dark-skinned women more than light-skinned women. Like when I see a dark-skinned woman on the street, I'm like, whoa, like that she has confidence to carry herself, you know, not put makeup on and contour on to make herself look lighter, and I'm like, whoa, that woman is so beautiful compared to, you know, I respect light-skinned women as well. Like me personally, everyone has their preference. I like natural. Black women are just so powerful and so beautiful. You know, when I see a black girl without makeup, I'm just like, whoa, like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, how beautiful they are, they're queens, you know. You know, when I see, I forgot that lady that plays tennis, what's her name? Serena Williams. When she plays tennis, she's just like, you just see a black woman at her prime, you know. Like, black women are just wonderful. Everything that a black woman does, I want to support that. You know, I love my mom so much. Every day I tell her that she's a beautiful woman. I see my sister as a beautiful girl. You know, I tell her she's beautiful. She doesn't need no man to tell her she's beautiful. So, and I want to raise my children up in a way that they know that they are beautiful as black people.
I feel sad because it's that lack of self-love. Like when you've got self-love and you love the skin you're in, you love the skin. That reflects the fact that I love my culture. If I was to see another pretty black girl, I wouldn't say, oh, she's pretty for a black girl. I'll just say she's pretty. I wouldn't have to say that. So if someone says that to me, I would have to educate them. I'll probably just, you know, make them have a good look at me again and just let them know colour has nothing to do with it, really.
But how do you know they were having a wig?
Because I know. I can
How
see.
would you know? You won't tell when people wear
lace
a wig.
wigs you can.
Yeah, lace wig, exactly.
When you're wearing a U-part wig, yeah, you won't know that this is a U-part wig. You won't know.
Yeah, you do. When you itch it, it moves.
What's that Big Brother show that all them white people meet in Essex or something like that way? They're all fighting,
Maybe
babe.
Essex?
Don't try. No, don't try it.
I watched Made in Chelsea.
What's that now?
I watched a bit.
Where do you think you stand on that that kind of spectrum?
What do people call you, Brownie or Darkie? Nah, I don't get yeah, I'm not, no one calls me, no one favors me. I don't think I really would want to be, because yeah. I don't know, I couldn't pick right now. I'm a darkie, but I'm not an ugly one, so that's...
And what bracket do you fall? Where do you fall in this category?
I think I'm chocolate. I don't know. Because it's different for some people. Some people might call me a darkie, some people might call me a brownie, some people, I don't, that's their business really. All I know is that I'm chocolate.
Would you feel